Hello, welcome back to Garden Obsessed. My name is Carla, and today is an exciting day. Today is February 9th, which is almost mid-February, right? And that means it's time to start thinking about starting hot peppers. So I thought I'd do a little video and tell you what I'm planning to grow in the garden this year, pepper-wise. And since we're talking about the hot peppers, I will talk about the sweet peppers as well. So this will be all of the peppers I'm planning to grow in the garden this year. Although I will be starting the hot peppers a couple of weeks before the sweet peppers. But let's talk about the hot peppers. So this year, if you've been watching like my garden goal videos, you've probably figured out that jalapenos are a priority this year for us. There's quite a few things. I want to make cowboy candy, which we do every year, but I want to make more this coming year. We never have enough. We always run out. And I also want to make some of our own jalapeno poppers and freeze those for throughout the season. So we are going to grow two, as I always do. I have Craig's Grande Jalapeno, and I have Jalapeno Early. And I've grown both of these for quite a few years now. Let's see, this seed was purchased in 2018, and this one I know I've saved and put seeds back in here. I don't think, there's probably not. This was packed for 2017. So these are both, you know, tried and true jalapenos for me. Honestly, I usually get these mixed up. I don't find these to be a whole lot larger than these where I live. But they both produce lovely jalapenos. So those are the first two on my hot pepper list this year. Okay, up next is Hungarian hot wax pepper. This was one of the first peppers, I think, that I grew in a pot on the front deck, probably 2015, 2016, I think it was 2015. And the next year started building raised beds because I thought it was so much fun. I think I had this pepper, I had a little ornamental chili pepper called Basket of Fire, and a couple of tomato plants, and a patio baby eggplant, I think was what I started with on the deck that first year. And started the whole ball rolling from there. So these are kind of also a favorite to grow. We treat them a lot like a jalapeno. I'll only grow one or two of these. I'll grow like 8 or 9 of these. But these will get thrown in with the cowboy candy, and I find them productive, quite productive. So Hungarian hot wax. This is another one I want to try to grow. The Queenho Yellow, I think is how you pronounce that. I bought these last year and think I only started 1 or 2, I can't remember, and I think I only started 1 because there's only supposed to be 10 seeds in here, and I think there's 10 in there. So it didn't actually make it to growing. I don't know if it's one, sometimes when I run out of room, I just, you know, give them away, like just take these plants because I don't have room for anything. And I don't know if these got mixed up in there or if they died, I don't remember, but I didn't have any of these last year. So we're gonna try these again this year. There are a tiny yellow Brazilian pepper, tangy and sweet with just a hint of heat. One plant will produce an average of 100 little peppers and will grow up to 24 inches. They can be eaten fresh, but are really preferred pickled in vinegar. So we're gonna try those. Next up, I got both of these seeds in seed swaps a couple of years ago, and I have not grown either. It's Sugar Rush Peach and Sugar Rush Cream. They're, you know, pretty popular. I've seen lots of people growing them, and I want to give them a try. I think they make a fairly pretty good hot sauce, so we might try doing that. We've only made hot sauce once or twice in the past. It's not, we don't eat a lot of hot sauce, but it's something that I would like to try growing again. Another thing I want to try growing again, I did try to grow it last year. I tried to grow it as part of the single seed challenge, and it started out okay, and then I don't know if rosetting is the correct term for like a pepper plant, but it's almost like it started rosetting. So it started to grow, and then it almost like got stunted and just started like growing into itself almost. I ended up throwing it out because I knew there was something wrong with it. So we're gonna try this again, although it's the same seeds. So if it's like a disease or something, probably the same thing will happen. But I'm hoping it was like a condition, that it was fine when I was growing it inside, and when I started trying to harden it off outside, that seems to be when it started. So maybe like where it's a hot pepper, maybe I pushed it and it really needs to be babied until the warm weather, and I will do that this year and see if we get some better luck with that, because it's a really stunning pepper and I'd really like to grow it. These are Thai Barappa peppers that I guess I grew in 2019 and saved seed from. I do remember them. They're like a standard kind of chili pepper, like a long skinny one, and they are hot. And we made our own like chili flakes that year. We made quite a bit, and we're almost out of it. So I'm gonna grow these again and make some more chili flakes. And then two that I just bought this year. One is the Aji Lemon Drop. So I think it looks fairly similar to this Bikinho pepper. And it's one that gets recommended a lot. And I think it's like good fresh too. So we're gonna try that one. And then I also got this one. This is the, oh, I'm gonna mispronounce this name too. Zagetti. It's one of the paprika type peppers. I think this one is hot, and I have tried some of the other paprika peppers in the past. I've grown the Lutschauer and the Alma paprika peppers, and I think this one is hotter than either of those. So I thought we'd give this one a try this year and see how we like that. So currently, those are all of the hot peppers that I am planning to grow. But if something interesting comes along, you know I'm gonna add it to my list. All right, we are on to the sweet peppers. So one of my all-time favorite peppers is the Jimmy Nardello. I like it because, excuse me, it's prolific. It ripens earlier than most of my other peppers. It tastes really good, and I never seem to have issues with it. It's just a reliable pepper. It's thin-walled. It's not like it would be like a frying pepper. It doesn't have thick, juicy walls like a bell pepper would have, but we do really like this one. We use it a lot in stir fries and things like that, and I will grow it every year. It's always on the list of things to grow. Another pepper that I have come to really like in the last couple years, I bought a start at the farmer's market, not realizing that it was a hybrid. Not that I don't have a problem with growing hybrids at all. I mean, I do like to grow the open pollinated because then you can save your seeds, but this is a great pepper. It's Carmen, and it has thicker walls than the Jimmy Nardello. It's a bigger, larger, It's still a pointy pepper. Like, I wouldn't call it a bell pepper, but it's more similar to a bell pepper than it is to something like a frying pepper. It's just kind of a different shape. And it also is one of the ones, like, as far as the thicker walled peppers go, I find this is one that ripens before, you know, the pepper I'm going to talk about as my main bell pepper here. And I really like this pepper. So, you know, a package of seeds, like pepper seeds will last. I think I have 7-year-old seeds that I started last year with no problem. So, you know, if I grow 2 or 3 of these, this packet still has, you know, I don't know, 15 seeds in there. Like, this is enough for like 5 more years, right? So I do find hybrid seed often costs a little more, or maybe it's the same price, but you're getting fewer seeds. But this pepper, definitely recommend, highly worth it. I like that pepper. My main bell pepper is King of the North. So I got these in a seed swap, and I'm still using these seeds. I have saved, like, I probably have 2 or 3 of these baggies going like in my seed stash somewhere, because I save the seeds every year, but I'm using the oldest ones first. Still have tons. King of the North. It is a bell pepper. So I have tried, I know, like, you know, California Wonder is one of the common ones that people grow. I have never had great success with it. I get teeny tiny bell peppers, and they stay green forever. They don't ever ripen. And King of the North, I get larger peppers, I get more peppers per plant, and they actually start to turn red. So I haven't found anything that I've liked better than this pepper so far, and this is always my go-to bell. And between the jalapenos and this pepper, that will probably be half of the peppers that we're growing. Those are going to be heavily featured in the garden. Another one that I like growing is Tolly's sweet frying pepper. It's very similar to the Jimmy Nardello. It's an awesome pepper. I think I grew it for the first time 2 years ago. I got it from Hickory Croft Farm as part of their Canadian Seed Challenge, I think was what that was called. And loved it. Grow it. We'll grow it from now on. It's just a really solid pepper. Thin walls, like that Jimmy Nardello, but really good pepper. Okay, what else do we have here? Shishitos. I think everyone's familiar with shishitos now, right? So we'll grow a couple of plants just so we can have a few feeds of, you know, just pan-fried, blistered shishito peppers. They're nice to have around. They're usually quite prolific, and really like them. So these are another pepper I got in a seed swap, a sweet long pepper. So I'm gonna grow it. I think it's probably gonna be fairly similar to the Tolly's sweet and the Jimmy Nardello, but I don't actually know, so I'm gonna grow that one. Corbaci I have grown once, and I think the first year that I got this seed in a seed swap, which was a few years ago now. So this says it's a very long 10-inch fruit, curved and twisted, very slender. And it's an heirloom from Turkey, rich flavor, perfect for pickling or frying. And I do remember, like, it corkscrewed. Like, it was a curly, really cool, skinny, like pencil thin pepper. And I remember it being very prolific. There was a ton of peppers on that plant. So I'll grow 1 or 2 of these and, you know, mix them into some stir fry mixes or something like that. Another one is Ajvarski. So this is a popular one that a lot of people like to grow. We grew it last year, really liked it. I found it quite similar to that Carmen pepper. It had, you know, quite thick, juicy walls. They turned red. They were red earlier in the season than a lot of the other things. And it was a solid pepper. So we're gonna grow that one again. I tried to grow this one last year, Alessia pepper. I only have 2 seeds left. And I'm trying to remember what happened last year. I think I started like 3 or 4, I tried to start 3 or 4 seeds, and I don't think they germinated. So these may not be viable, but I have them, so I'm gonna try them. And if they don't grow this year, then I'll give myself permission to purchase some seed for next year. But I'm trying to be good, guys. I'm trying not to go crazy and buy a bunch of seeds. So if I go looking for one thing, I will order more than one thing. So this year we're gonna try these 2 seeds, and if it doesn't work, next year we'll have the Alessia pepper. And then another one I've got here is sweet banana pepper. So that first year I had the Hungarian hot wax, the jalapenos, or no, I had the basket of fire, and I had these planted in pots on my front deck. These were just as prolific as the Hungarian hot wax peppers. I think they might have even been more prolific, and we're gonna grow some banana peppers. Jarrett also really likes, like, you know, when you go to Subway or somewhere like that, he really likes the pickled banana peppers and stuff. So if we get enough banana peppers, then maybe we will consider doing that this fall as well. Now, 2 peppers that I purchased new for this year is bullnose sweet pepper. So this is also like a bell pepper, I think. I think it has like a blunt end. I think that's where it gets its name, bullnose pepper. And I've never grown it before. I really liked the description on Revival Seeds when I was ordering seeds from them. That's why I bought it. And I don't remember what they said about it now, but I was like, I'm gonna grow these. They're new, there's something new to try, so I'm gonna grow those. And the other pepper that I bought from them at the same time was orange bell pepper. There was a story to this one that I also can't remember, but if you're in Canada, I don't know that they ship internationally, but if you're in Canada, definitely go check out their website. I love all their stories that they attach to all their seeds. And they're like a small family business in Nova Scotia, so definitely go support them. But yeah, it's called orange bell pepper because they don't know the origin of it. But I wanted a few more colors. Jarrett really likes yellow and orange peppers. Red are my favorite, so they tend to be what I grow the most of. They're also one of the most common, you know, colors of peppers. So these are for Jarrett. So we have some colors that aren't red. Although last year I grew those blot peppers and they were, you know, they were different colors. So anyway, that's the end of the sweet peppers, and that's the end of all of the peppers I plan to grow. But I reserve the right to add and, you know, to mess around a little bit. But I think where it's almost seed starting time, I don't think there will be a whole lot of flux or a whole lot of messing around with the plant. So what are you growing this year? I would love for you to tell me. I always love getting recommendations for peppers. We love eating peppers, and peppers are one of the most fun things to grow. Like, I think tomatoes and peppers are hands down my 2 favorite things to grow because there's so many varieties and so many colors and shapes and textures and heats, and yeah, I love growing peppers. So I want to know what your must grows are. What have you tried? What should I try? Leave me a comment. I love talking about peppers, and I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll do tomatoes next, and I thank you for watching. We will see you next time.